There's a modern ethos that's been prescribed from on high that everyone thinks that this homogenous prescription of being in shape is magically going to change your life. And I'm here to tell you that's an absolute crock of shit, 100%. Not everybody is designed to be in immense fucking physical shape because a lot of people have an edge built outside of that. You understand? The fat guy, the conqueror, the drug addict, the anorexic, those are all the same people. They're all sublimating their energy and leaning into their edge. Fat guys are usually very jolly. They have an intense fire in their soul that manifests as food addiction and humor, right? Fat guys are often very funny as an adaptive mechanism. I had a mentee come to me and say, Brew, I've been a fat guy my whole life. I have a fucked up relationship with food. I don't know how to change it. How do I get in shape? I said, are you sure you want to do that? He said, what do you mean? I said, well, I hate to tell you, but you being a fat guy and having a fucked up relationship with food, that's your edge. My next question was, are you funny? He said, of course I am. I said, exactly. The reason you are funny, the reason you are gregarious, the reason you are a social magistrate is because you're a fat guy. And the more you lean into that, the more spiritually healthy you'll be. And before you come at me and say, well, how can you tell someone to stay fat? Isn't that unhealthy? I hate to tell you something. If you deny your true nature, that is way more fucking unhealthy than anything you could possibly imagine. You are going to be healthier spiritually, leaning into the fact that you have a food addiction and doubling down on it than you ever would trying to fucking quell that and go the opposite direction. Have you ever seen those weight loss transformation stories? Guys who become fat and then become fucking shredded? They're a mental catastrophe. They don't know who they are. They lost their identity. They deflated themselves. Look at Jonah Hill. Jonah Hill became a skinny guy. He's done. Jonah Hill's done. He took Ozempic, became skinny. Any fat comedian, I guarantee fucking to you, who becomes a skinny guy is no longer funny. You just became a dull butter knife. Your edge is toast. It's done. Leaning into your true nature is the only way to go through life. Most people have way too much shame surrounding this. Everyone wants that stoic, Christ-like Grecian philosophy. It doesn't work for everybody. The best salesman that I've ever met in my life, a jeweler in LA, motherfucker was like 5'7", 280 pounds, running laps around you. I've never seen someone spilling over at the brims with energy and fire in his soul. He made more money than you. He had more energy than you. He was running laps around you. And he was a fat motherfucker. Didn't give a fuck about his health, didn't give a fuck about his food choices. He just leaned heavy into his edge and became a smashing fucking success. This is the hardest thing for modern Americans to understand because everyone wants to smote you down and bring you back into the middle. Let's use the fucking scumbag, degenerate drug addict as an example. His best shot in life is become the next fucking Picasso. Lean into the drug use. Lean into it because self-resistance does not fucking work. It never works. Anybody who resists their true nature over time, you might win the battle for years, but your nature will always fucking come back to bite you. I've seen it thousands of times. Leaning into the edge is the only way. And look, of course your edge is a double-edged sword. Your edge can hurt you. That's the point. That's why it implodes on you if you don't extend it outwards. Your edge must be used to afflict and thrust outwards or it will fucking destroy you. So I told my mentee, I said, lean into being the jolly fat guy because that's where all of your edge comes from. And as soon as you can ferret out the shame around that, you will be 100 times healthier in your fucking soul than you ever would have been if you went the opposite direction. Don't ever forget that. Your true nature is everything.